Hi, welcome back to DIY Willy. Today we're going to start tearing apart the 2.2 Ecotec that was in the RZR. The engine, as we got it started and running, we noticed it had a rod knock. So it's got bad rod bearings, and well, we're going to get it apart, check it out, see how much damage there is, and if we can fix it at all. And if we can, then we will fix it, and we'll get it back in and take it for a drive. For the meantime, it's going to take a lot to get this apart. I've never worked on one of these engines, so it's going to be new to me. Might be new to you. If not, leave a comment, tell me what I should do better, and well, let's get started. Now, in regular DIY fashion, as I was taking the engine out, I've got some pictures of it we can show. Also, I've started taking things off already. I've got the accessory drive off. I've got the exhaust manifold obviously off. And I have the intake manifold off. I need to take the starter. I need to take some of the sensors. I need to take the fuel rails off. The valve cover is already loose, as you can see. It's already loose. And we're going to get to the timing gear setup first. We've got to get all the bolts out. I believe there's specific bolts at different locations. So I'm going to maybe make a little drawing and put the bolts where they belong. And get the timing set off. Then we can remove the head bolts and the fuel rail and take the head off. That'll get us a deeper look inside. Also, I still need to drain the oil. And I know there's going to be water in the water pump area and in the block, so we'll make a mess. We'll probably roll it out to the driveway when we go to take the head off and drain the oil out. So yeah, let's get to this front engine cover. Alright, so we got the front engine cover off. This also houses the oil pump, as we can tell, because there's oil dripping out all over my floor. So I'm just going to put this down over here and get some napkins and towels. Try to clean that oil up. Kind of made a mess. I'm bagging and tagging everything because Willy's memory is not that great. So I bag it, tag it, write what it is, and put it away. That way I won't forget. Now, there's a couple things I want to do. Well, I should drain the oil out of it anyway. But I need to change, now that I'm thinking about it, I need to change the mounts on the back to just be the block. Yeah, let me do that and we'll get back to you. Alright, so I've moved this where I wanted it. It used to be bolted down here. Now it's bolted up here. This is on the main engine block. This was on the actual oil pan. I'm going to be removing the oil pan, so I needed to move it from here up to the engine block to support the block while I'm removing the head and the oil pan. There's like three pieces of the block. There's the girdle, or the part that holds the crankshaft in, then the engine block, and then the oil pan. So once I separate that, now the block will stay on the engine stand, along with the head. We'll be taking it off too. I've already got the oil drained out of it now, and I'm ready to start taking the timing chain set down. And that's probably all I'll be able to do today. And then we'll have to come back to it tomorrow, get the water pump stuff off, and start taking the head off. Alright, so it's been a couple days since we were last working on this. I had to do some work on the front here. So we'll continue now to get the timing chain set off. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the plugs out just to make sure it's on top dead center, even though all the marks are in the right place. We'll just pull the one of the plugs out, or we might pull all four of them out and just verify. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just get them out. That way, when it doesn't really matter though, because we're gonna pull the head off, so it wouldn't really matter if it wasn't at top dead center, but it will definitely have to be top dead center for reassembly. But I mean, I'm pulling the pistons out too, so it doesn't really matter. They haven't been in that long, but they look really good. I'm gonna go ahead and mark them from the cylinders they came out of. Not really necessary, but I'm gonna do it. 1. I need to get the fuel rail off too, and it's still got fuel in it. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, they look really good. But they weren't in that long. I know this isn't necessary, but well, we'll do it anyway. You guys, there's a torque spec for spark plugs. Do you guys ever pay attention to the torque spec? Or you just run them in like I do? But there is a torque spec for them. That's the problem with putting anti-seize on the plugs, man. It gets everywhere. On your fingers, on your tools. That's alright. Now, let me see, where's my flashlight? Yeah, that's definitely top dead center. 1 and 4 are both at the top. Just to kind of show you. That's 1. That's how far down it is. That's 2. Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely top dead center. Okay, that's good to know. Now, I'm following the book on the teardown of this because I'm going to follow the book to put it all back together for torque specs and sequence to get it all right. So I'm going to go ahead and follow the book, and it was to remove or loosen these 2 bolts, the camshaft bolts. In fact, let me get the book. All right. Removal. Drain engine oil, remove drive belt, which we did, remove drive pulley, remove engine cover. Yes, we are. That's where we are right now. Remove spark plugs. We just did that. Remove timing chain tensioner, which is this. Remove upper timing chain guide, which is this. Use the wrench on the exhaust hex, hold the camshaft, remove the exhaust camshaft bolt, sprocket bolt, which is that. That's the exhaust side, the supply side. Unscrew the access plug, remove the fixed timing chain bolt, which is this. I've got a number 10 Allen in there. Fits that plug. And timing lower mounting bolt and lift out the guide. Okay, so that's the lower guide. That's the lower. These 2 right here. Right. Unscrew the access plug, the fixed timing chain guide upper mount bolt. Remove the fixed timing chain guide lower mounting bolt, which is this one. Discard bolt and install a new bolt as on reassembly, because a lot of these bolts on this engine are torque to yield and you only use them one time, so a lot of them gets replaced. Now the timing kit comes with the new bolts that it needs, but the other parts of the engine, like the head bolts, the plate down here, those are all new bolts. I gotta buy new bolts. So let's get going on this. We'll get this timing chain off. So I think I can just use the old impact right here, possibly. Yeah. Here we go. Now that was a 32mm bolt. That's a big boy. There we go. There's the tensioner for the camshaft. That will get replaced new. And let's see. I don't know. I may have to use a wrench on that one. Let's see. It said take the timing chain guide off. That's a 10mm on top, isn't it? Is that a 10mm? Yeah, that is 10, but that is definitely. Yeah, it is. Well, I want to fit this one. Oh. Oh, it's bent. I probably did that. Okay, it's not very tight. Okay. Dirty. I'm gonna run all these parts through the all the ones we reuse. There's the timing upper cover guide. Our upper guide doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna keep it until I get the new parts. Didn't look too bad at all. As I was saying though, I'm gonna run all these parts that we're gonna reuse, including the hardware, through the sonic cleaner to clean things up. That way everything's nice and clean when we go to put it back. Now, what am I doing that for? I got the impact. Come on now. There we go. Now there's an upgraded bolt for this too on these engines that we can put in here that keeps this bolt, this area from breaking. Because it does break, from what I understand. So this is a 10mm inside, and this bolt can drop down inside. If you have the cover on or you have this in the car, that could be a problem, but where I'm at, it's not a problem. The impact is out of juice. Out of juice. We get a new battery. Mikey. There we go. I can see why they say that. Very difficult to get out of there, and that's a special bolt too. You don't want to lose that thing. That's a lower bolt, which is like the same bolt. Now, we can take that guide out. They don't look like they're that old. And then, no. We get this one. I believe that one comes out through the top. Okay, so now what? I take this one out. Did I bring that socket? 19 millimeter? Is it bigger? 19 millimeter. There we go. Cam bolts. And we just take those off like that and pull them out. There's the exhaust. It can be either or. It can be the exhaust or the intake, from what I understand. But yeah, we'll label it as exhaust. Oops, didn't want that to happen. All right, we can get it out. Now they say the chain, take it off the bottom. How does it come out of there? Boy, that's a little maze. Wow. That's trickery right there. How do you get that around that? I don't know. I've seen it on video. It was so easy. Wasn't so easy for Willy. Something got stuck. Wow. The chain is stuck right here. I don't know why. I'll get back with you when I get that out. Well, I got it. I got the blasted chain out of there. Wasn't easy. You think they would design a little better, you know, but down inside there, these two bosses right here that hold the chain tensioner and the front cover, they stick inside. They go inside, and you've got to get the chain past them inside here. There's not much room. So yeah, that's a challenge. Hate to see when I have to go back in. I was thinking to grind those down a little bit, but no, you can't, because that's those right there. So we won't be grinding those down. We'll just have to work with it. I mean, it goes in there and it comes out. It's just hard. All right, now let's on to the balance chain shaft. The balance shaft chain. There we go. I know. All right, here we go. I know this is probably not the best angle for you, but now that we got that pesky chain out of there, this is for the camshafts, the timing of the engine. We have one more chain. And this chain drives the water pump and the balance shafts. I guess this would be like for the exhaust side and the intake side. And then of course the water pump right there. So again, it's 10 millimeters. We'll just get all the all this out of here. We'll get the tensioner out of here. And I think you're supposed to take the cams or the pulleys off of the balance shafts. But yeah, let's get in here and get these apart. And we'll get the water pump out too. All right. More 10 millimeters. Let's go. More 10 millimeters. Let me get this one out of here. Now, I'm going to put the bolts back in those. They're probably all the same bolts. And this one, we'll get the tensioner out. There we go. There's the tensioner. Put the bolts back in. That's kind of an oily mess. And then one more guide tensioner right here. Right here. Now we should be able to pull the chain off. Should be able to. Oh no, we got one more tensioner up here. I'm sorry. One more. There. Now we can get it off. Got enough slack now. Get all the guides out of there. Get the chain to slack off. And now we can get it off. Most likely. Possibly. Maybe. Yeah, there it goes. Is this a washer? What is this? No. It's like a spacer. There we go. Now we got enough slack to get it off. There we go. That's the second chain for the water pump, balance shafts, and crankshaft. Now the balance shafts have marks on them. This mark points up, this mark points down. We got to remember that. So when we go back in, they'll be like that. I know it says to take these off, and I might take the balance shaft sprockets off. I don't know. Be a good idea to clean them up in the sonic cleaner. Oh, this one should come off by now. Yeah, just like that. We'll also run that through the sonic cleaner. We'll check it out for wear. Make sure it doesn't have any serious wear on it. I don't know if the kit comes with a new one. Same with this one. Yeah. I don't know if the kits come with the new ones. I'll have to double check. Let's get the water pump one off. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Why wasn't I expecting that? Okay, now we'll get to the water pump and the tube for the water. This is the thermostat housing. It's 10 millimeter. I did have to remove the thermostat, not thermostat, but the water temperature setting unit to get to these bolts. Now there's going to be some water leaking out when this comes off. Oh well, it's just water. When I started the engine, it just had distilled water in it. There may have been a little bit of residual coolant in the engine, but it was pretty much diluted by the gallon and a half of water. I've had this off before. I think it's the tube. Yeah, it was just stuck on there. And I replaced come on. Come out of there. Ready for the water. There it is. I replaced these O-rings when I put this all back together, so I'll probably have to clean them up again. Hopefully I can reuse them. If not, I'll replace them again. But yeah, that's this. Now we'll get the water pump off before we clean up all the mess. Right, Spiky? There's nothing wrong with this water pump. It worked. But when you go this far into building an engine or repairing an engine with the timing chains and all that, it's best just to change it. Oh, my 10 millimeter is not long enough. I don't have a longer 10mm. All right, for the head bolts, I've already cracked them loose with the breaker bar. Now, they weren't all the same. They're supposed to be all the same, but some were harder than others to get out. So I've already got them. We're gonna go ahead and run them out now with the impact, because they're already loose. 1, 2, 3. Gotta move around in sequence. 4, 5, 6. Where was 7? I forgot where 7 was. Oh, right here. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all the big bolts. These are, remember, these are torque to yield, so they're one-time use. Now we got to get the little bolts. Just run them out with this. I think they'll be easier to come out, but we'll run them with the impact. They're these little things. I don't know. It's like a reverse star. It's a number 12. And there's two down deep inside. Right here, another one, number is 13, I think, or 14. Okay, that's it. The head's probably going to be stuck. It's been on there for a while. Boy, I can't get that screw off. That bolt out. It's way down in there. It's way down in there. It just drops back in. There we go. There's the last one. Now, do you think Willy can crack this head off of here without killing himself, without dropping it on him? See, is there any good place to go into it? Oh yeah, there are some spots. One in the back, one in the front, another one right there. Take a screwdriver. See if we can crack that open. Let's see here. Oh, that's easy. We still getting this? Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Okay, I think it's pretty much loose. Let me get the fuel rail off of there while it's still sitting here. I think that's just a 10mm again. And let me get that fuel rail. Really curious to get that pan off and see what's on the bottom. You know, I want to know which rod is knocking, which one the bearings are loose on, and what are we gonna do to fix it. Let's see. Fuel rail off. That's easy. Stick those back in there so I don't lose them. Okay, here we go. See if Willy's got enough to do this. Oh, that's not bad. Nice. Now, let you guys get a look at this. Here it is. With the head off. The dowels stay there. Everything looks pretty good. I mean, there's no head gasket problems. And I can see the cylinders look pretty good. In fact, they look really good. We'll just have to see once they get cleaned up. Of course, the pistons are blacked out on top, but I mean, everything else looks good. Let's get that head gasket off. It's a multi-layer gasket, so it's fighting a little bit around the dowels. There we go. We'll just work our way around it. There we go. Like I said, it was stuck on the dowels. Again, didn't appear to be anything wrong with the head gasket. The engine ran great. Just had that one bad cylinder. Yeah. Now here's where we go to make a mess again. When we turn this thing over, it's going to make a mess. More water is going to be in the cylinders. And of course, there's going to be some oil in there. But hopefully not that much. We'll probably put some towels down or something and try to catch some of it, because it will make a mess. I got a bunch of these shopping bags. I'll probably put those around before we turn it over. All right, let me get things cleaned up a little bit. So there I go. I'm working and I got the oil pan off. Forgot to document it. Forgot to show you guys what I was doing. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen it all before, but let's take a look at what we found in there. So it's really dirty, and I don't like this. What is this? This is like sludge, like maybe aluminum or bearing material. There's a bunch of it all right here. And the oil pan's full of it too. There's a really strange smell coming from the engine. I've never smelled an engine. This definitely doesn't smell like burning oil. But there's a different smell that I've never smelled before coming from it. Can't say I don't like it, but I can't say I like it either. So that's obviously something that's not supposed to be there. And, well, yeah. So I think we're going to go ahead and get these two cylinders out. I can go ahead and rip these up right now, pop these off, and push the pistons out the bottom, and then rotate it, bring 1 and 4 up, and do the same to 1 and 4 without taking this girdle thing off. And I think we're going to try that first and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll take that girdle thing off and do it that way. But I'm going to try it that way. I'm going to take 2 and 3 off, then I'll rotate it and take 1 and 4 off. Okay, so there's all the pistons out. And yeah, number 1, I should have showed you. I showed my son in a video, but I'll put it in here someplace, that clip. This rattled really bad on number 1. Well, it was definitely number 1 that was knocking, just like I thought. That's a common problem, I guess. The bearings are gone in that rod. This is number 4. It's tight as can be. In fact, the rest of them were tight. It was just number 1. Yeehaw! But there's bearings in there. I don't understand. It must be that just they wore the bearing out. 2, 3, and 4 were pretty good. In fact, you can see the journals are still pretty good. Let's see, put some more light on it. The journals are still pretty good. There's a little bit of, you know, wear and tear on them. That one though has the most. I don't know if that shows on the camera or not, but it definitely has the most. Let's see, is that better like that? No, probably not. But anyway, I think that's as far as I'm going to take the breakdown today. I could take that girdle off, but the main bearings feel really good. I'm not sure if I want to go that far yet. The main bearings feel really good. The right thing to do would be to take it off too and change the main bearings out. But the seals don't leak at all, and the main bearings feel really tight. So there's a polishing way you can do with some fine grit sandpaper and shoestring to polish that out, and I might try. It is pretty well grooved. This one is really smooth. That one is really grooved. Can you hear it? Got some grooves in it. That one's smooth. So we may try to buff that out a little bit, polish it up, and check it, and buy the appropriate size ring for that one. I don't know if that's a good thing you can do or not. If I have to have the crank taken in and get ground, and then buy the bearings for the grind that they do on it, I can do that too. You know, which I know that's the smart thing to do. And then I would be doing the main bearings too. Yeah, we got a little bit of time here to figure out what we want to do. And we got a lot of parts to clean up. Look at this oil pan. There's goo in the oil pan. I think I showed you that already. But we got a lot to clean up, a lot of parts to order, and we'll make that decision going forward. Here is the pistons. They don't look that bad. A little bit of wear. This is number 3. A little bit of wear on the skirt. The rings still look okay. A lot of wear on the skirt actually. And I mean, they're not bad. And they're all the same pretty much. That number 4, that just really kind of concerns me. The bearing's there, but you can see it's wore out. Can you see that? Yeah. Got a line down the middle. Yeah. Well, we'll get things cleaned up, and yeah, we'll get things cleaned up. We'll get parts ordered, and we'll start putting it back together. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that usual YouTube stuff. Willie needs some subscribers. And definitely leave a comment down below. You know how much I love the comments, and I'm always answering comments. So this video was about breaking down the engine, trying to find the problem. I had already suspected number 1 as being the problem, and sure enough, it was the problem. I think it's a common problem with this engine, with number 1 rod bearings going out. Something to do with the oiling. I'm not sure. I'm going to read up more on that, and we'll find out and see if there's a way to solve that problem. I think it had something to do with the way the engine sits in the car, I think. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll read up on it and I'll let you guys know that the engine's all broke down. And I think I'll wrap this video up right here. So thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. And well, I'll see you next time. Bye.